Karen Brown will have to wait about another week to find out if she gets parole. I'll take you inside her hearing coming up.
Frankfort police are searching for a shooter, and a man is recovering in the hospital after he was robbed while trying to help his disabled grandmother.
Harlan native Jordan Smith gave the 3 performances of his life, hoping to become the next winner of The Voice. We'll have hometown reaction.
This is WKYT News at Noon.
And good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Barbara Bailey along with Bill Bryant.
Here we are, and here's what's happening at noon. It was one of the most notorious murder stories in state history. Karen Brown, Elizabeth Turpin, and Keith Bouchard were convicted of killing Turpin's husband Michael back in 1986.
And this morning, Brown went before 2 members of the parole board to ask for early release. But as Sean Moody reports, she won't learn her fate until next week. It's our top story at noon. Sean?
This was the second time Karen Brown has gone before the full parole board. The whole process took a little under an hour. We'll have to wait about a week, though, to hear the board's decision. The 2 members who heard the case today referred it on to the full board. Karen Brown was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years. The board denied her first request back in 2011. Yesterday, Michael Turpin's family met with the board and asked them to make Brown serve out her entire life sentence. Today, Brown told the 2 members who heard her case that she should be released from her life sentence because her life has become a new life that can give instead of take. She listed education she's received while in prison, and she says she wants to earn Michael Turpin's family's forgiveness.
This system has matured me and taught me so much. And I'm ready. I think I'm ready to learn to ask for help, ask for forgiveness, and stay on a better path. At this age of my life, I ask your forgiveness. I know you're part of the community that I harmed, and I just beg for your grace.
That meeting of the full parole board will happen next Monday at the Kentucky Correctional Institute for Women. Sean Moody, WKYT.
Now, Keith Bouchard, who was also convicted, will be eligible for parole in 2018. Elizabeth Turpin will be eligible 2021. We're tracking developing news out of Los Angeles now. All schools in the Los Angeles Unified School District are closed today due to an electronic threat. District Superintendent Ramon Cortinez says the threat was against students, not just a single campus. That threat is still being evaluated. We'll have the latest coming up in a report on WKYT News at 12:30.
Back here in Kentucky, a man is recovering here at midday after being shot during an attempted armed robbery. It happened at the Landings Drive area in Frankfort around 5 o'clock this morning. Police say the victim was sitting in his car when a man opened up his door, showed a handgun, and demanded money. WKYT's Mark Barber has the latest on the investigation in this Crime Tracker report.
The victim's family is outraged. They say the 27-year-old would show up at his grandmother's house here on Landings Drive every morning to help her get out of bed. But today, before he could even get out of his car, he was robbed.
It's just scary.
Neighbors are shaken by the shooting.
That's too close.
The victim's family says the 27-year-old did not live here, but he came to his disabled grandmother's house at 5 in the morning every day to help her start her day. This morning, a robber was waiting for him. According to police, the gunman opened the door to the man's car and demanded money. When the man tried to run, the robber shot him twice. We're told the 27-year-old father just had a baby.
And right here at Christmas time, you know, Merry Christmas, yeah, it's just a bad situation all the way around. I just hope to God and pray to God there was no children over there.
While police don't have a suspect and they don't have a detailed description of the shooter, they are increasing their patrols in the area.
It makes you want to move up, clean out in the country somewhere.
The victim's family says he will survive, but it was a close call. They say one of the bullets hit between his heart and his lungs. In Frankfort, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. The victim's family tells us that they will visit the 27-year-old while he recovers in the hospital, and they're hoping then to learn more about the shooting. A man accused of stabbing a Lexington woman will be facing a judge in about an hour. William Perkins is charged with assault and disorderly conduct. His girlfriend told the police that Perkins punched her as she was falling asleep early yesterday morning and then stabbed her as she tried to leave their apartment on Fairmont Court. Perkins will answer to the charges at 1 o'clock.
Well, the search continues this midday for a man who lived in an eastern Kentucky home that was destroyed in a fire. It broke out in a home on Mullins Lane off Big Branch Road in the Viper community of Perry County last night. Crews say the house is a total loss. Family members say they're worried the man might have been inside the home when the fire started. Firefighters are now tearing the house apart, hoping for a recovery. Well, it's a calm day in the Bluegrass with a mix of sun and clouds and temperatures in the 50s. But don't get used to it because big changes are on the way for the end of the work week. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is live in our First Alert Weather Center now with an early look at the forecast.
If you are anywhere around I-64 northbound, you're kind of getting gypped on today. And the reason being is this, okay? Look in Jackson at 53 degrees. Reason why we're already in the mid-50s? All that sunshine. It's beautiful down south, and that goes for Corbin too. As you can see, shadows off some of those signs over the interstate at 54 degrees. But then you look at Lexington at 49. You look at Frankfort, 49 degrees. The reason being, we still have that cloud deck overhead. But I stepped outside about 20 minutes ago. These are the type of clouds that if you just give them a little bit of time here in the next 2 to about 4 hours, you'll see those break apart just a bit, and we'll at least get some sunshine here in Lexington before the day is done. So 54 degrees our afternoon high. If you're down south, you're in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees because you're just getting plenty of sunshine. However, we go from really mild temperatures, well above average, to really cold temperatures well below average, and average being at 44, 45 degrees. So I'll show you how cold we get coming up Friday and Saturday, just a few minutes.
All right, and we'll see you shortly. Thank you. A Louisville-based whiskey maker has a spirited lawsuit on its hands this afternoon. Sazerac, the maker of Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey, is suing Jack Daniels. The Courier-Journal reports that Sazerac claims Jack Daniels' use of the word Fireball in its Google ads for Tennessee Fire is a trademark infringement. Sales of cinnamon spirits have soared by almost $60 million in the last 2 years. Volunteers are getting ready for the 20th year of the Faith and Community Christmas Store. Organizers say that store is set up for families who are in need during this holiday season in Lexington. Beginning tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, tickets will be at the Southland Christian Church on Richmond Road. And the store will continue until Friday, but volunteers say the need is great and they are asking for help now from the community.
It doesn't cost you anything to do it. Find the items you've got. We've all got excess. Bring them on down and they will be under the tree for a child who 364 days a year goes without.
A lot of sponsors.
While we were at the Christmas store, the folks at Elbar, the Lexington Real Estate Group, donated $500 to help buy some more gifts. And they're certainly hoping that more will stop by and take part.
And people always join in. They always help.
Well, he's already won the hearts of millions of Kentuckians, but Harlan County native Jordan Smith is now reaching for the stars.
Tonight, we'll find out if Smith will be crowned the winner of The Voice and walk away with $100,000 cash and a recording contract. WKYT's Rebecca Smith is at the live desk now with reaction from his hometown. Rebecca?
Excitement is the word, and it all comes down to tonight. That's when The Voice will crown its champion. Last night, Jordan Smith's Harlan, Kentucky supporters came out in full force to support their hometown crooner. Smith could very well walk away with the title, especially after giving 3 spectacular performances last night. Smith started things off with his rendition of Climb Every Mountain. The 22-year-old also teamed up with Adam Levine to sing the Beach Boys hit God Only Knows, before capping his night off by singing his favorite Christmas song, Mary Did You Know? As Smith performed out in Los Angeles, hundreds of people got together in his hometown at the Harlan Center on South Main Street.
It literally comes down to this. This comes down to the wire. We've had so many phone calls. We've had so many people coming out and just asking, you know, are we still having the viewing parties? And
And all of Smith's supporters are invited back to the Harlan Center tonight at 8 o'clock. That's when viewers will pick one of the 4 remaining contestants as the season 9 champion. At the live desk, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
Thank you, Rebecca. And People magazine has an article out on Smith. Fun fact, he's never been trick-or-treating.